Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea, and you became the light on the dark side of me. Love remain a drug that's the high, not the pill. But did you know that when it sows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen?
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, stranger it feels, yeah, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the tomb on the grave. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha.
Wah-ha-ha.
Wah ha wah ha wah ha wah ha wah ha.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome back to the Blackish Show about nothing. Hey, hey, hey.
I see you trying to make a jingle stick. That wasn't it.
Yeah. I'm trying. We need like a Negro jingle, like
Welcome
something that
back.
they air on
Even though it wasn't.
Bounce TV,
Bounce
you know,
TV. What's that?
or it's a black network.
But what is it? A competitor to Oblique?
Sure, or Aspire.
What's Aspire? Yo.
How are you? How are you the host of a Blackish Show about nothing and don't know nothing about Black Network?
I mean, it fits.
Aspire. Yeah, that's the Negro way to do it. No, Aspire is Magic Johnson's network.
Magic Johnson has.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, it has a network.
I'm telling
and
there's
everything.
there's like four worlds, right? Because this girl got on she was on TikTok or something the other day, and it was she did one of those reactions where a white boy is showing, he's like, wow, look at the line down the block for Jack's wife Frida, and it cuts it to the black girl. She's like, this is what I'm talking about. It's two different New Yorks. She's like, what's Jack's live Frida's? I don't be knowing. If it comes on all black or bet or or mahogany aspirations that whatever you just said, I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't know if Aspire is still a thing, but I do know it is the Magic Johnson network. But Bounce has, good programming. They have a new show out with Kim Coles.
Oh, yo,
Yeah, with Kim Coles.
this is how I be feeling when I found out T-Pain had a podcast. Like, where do I be at? Where do they be at?
Yeah, it's like her and B Simone and something else.
Okay.
And someone else, a couple other people. Yeah.
I love Kim Coles.
I know this because, I learned from Asante. So, and I follow Kim Coles on the Instagram.
I wonder how Mad Noah
So,
would be mad at me if I got her some tapioca pudding. But like, you've got to experience the hell that we all did.
Tapioca is, like, I don't understand what tapioca is exactly. But the problem is, I didn't hate tapioca growing up. I just don't like the texture. Like
I don't want that
bead
texture in
thingy.
my pudding. It don't feel right.
It's strange because the flavor is not bad. It's like how I feel about boba.
Oh,
Do you like boba?
I'm not a boba girl. Noah be going back and forth with
I
it because
know.
she want to like it so bad, but she's like,
because my fear is that I'm gonna choke on it, right? Because I'd be like, and and so my fear is that I'm just gonna choke on a big ass tapioca ball, or
I
a
just
ball of
don't
Jello.
want like balls in my
But
tea.
yeah.
Just
But the
tea
thing
in
is,
my
so I
ball.
go to,
No, I'm just playing.
but though,
Childish.
however, I go to boba time on my weekly one to the pharmacy, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And so at boba time, I don't like the one that's directly by my house because I hate. We need to have a customer service is really dicey, and I know on the internet you're not supposed to be like, they're workers too, blah blah blah. No, some of
No,
them
no,
motherfuckers are
no.
rude.
They're not
And
raised these days. Like something is
yeah,
wrong.
right. Like, did I tell you about how they didn't want to take my order? Like, they just stood there, acted as if and they hid in the back.
What did you? I would
So
have. I see you. Like what the
I
fuck?
did because the how like the bodega joints be having the camera TV display, so you see every camera in the joint.
Yeah.
Well, they
They
had the
watching
big
you.
TV. Yeah, but I see them in the back. So the camera's point. So it's like, I see you. First of all, okay. I walk in and there's this boy mopping and whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I go there. I'm like, hey, how you doing? He acknowledges me. He was like, oh, hey. And I see what he's doing, but I don't bother him. I'm just looking at the menu, waiting for him to, get himself together.
Okay.
He stops mopping. He goes to the back. I'm thinking he's going to go wash his hands, cool, fine. I'm giving him this time because I'm also don't really know what I want. So I'm like, about like 6 or 7 minutes goes by, and I'm like, this is kind of like a long time for nobody to come out and saying like, can I
Six,
help you?
7 minutes.
Right. I was also on the phone, so that's also so I was like
The
not paying
fuck?
attention to the time. So then I see like them arguing like in the back, like, no, you go out there. No, you go out
What
there.
the
Like him
fuck?
and his homegirl. I'm like, I can hear you and see you. And then they just get quieter and they don't come out at all. So I walk out.
I would have stolen. What do you mean?
Well, if I could, I would, but I couldn't. Because I was like, A, I'm not going to argue with children. Number two, I don't have the energy. It was way too hot.
Yeah, no, that's why
And
I'm
number
like, bet y'all
three,
answer me when I steal.
right. And number three, I said, I will tell the story on Jada XD so that the people of Boba Time can hear this and know that we're a world famous show. We're heard in Malawi, nigga. So, like, we have
Listen
power.
here, Boba Time. Next time we is robbing the joint, if y'all don't have your little workers come out and make my strawberry tea.
Right. It's not like I was rude. It's not like, and I can admit that when I'm being flippant or whatever, I was literally just like, hey, somebody gonna,
They're like, no.
yeah. They just said, no, it's above me. It's beneath me.
It's beneath
I'm
me.
above it. It's beneath me.
They do believe work is beneath the. Yo, I was on Twitter a few weeks ago. I was going somewhere, and I'm not late. Like traffic these days, is so god awful. I don't even know how to explain it.
Oh, I know. I know. When I was in New York, I was like, oh, I could have got on the train.
Oh, it's awful. And then the train is so awful. You like, oh, I don't want to go anywhere. So
yeah.
I'm in the cab, and Mama says, I'll just be right back. I was like, what's happening?
What do you mean?
She got out the car and ran into the bodega.
Did she have to pee?
No, she came back with chips and a Pepsi. No, she did not have to pee. I think she said, I have to say la vie, nigga. I have to seize this moment because I've been driving all day and this is my lunch. Perhaps that's what it was, right? But of course, I'm sitting there like, because she doesn't say like, I'm so sorry. I have to go running here. It's going to take me 30. Like, none of, she's just like, I'll be right back. Right back. Okay. And I was like, okay. Girl, I should steal your car. But she runs it. I should have drove off. But she runs it. She was quick. Comes back out, offers me a Pepsi. I was like, no thank you. Any other time probably, but no thank you today. But I still was sitting there like, this bitch really ran into the bodega on my fucking time. I would have rather you been 2 minutes late to the ride. Like she dead ass pulled over. It was like 1 second, snacks.
That's happened to me, but there was a bus driver who did that.
That's crazier. That's crazier to me.
That's
crazier than a
on
Lyft.
Main Street. Yeah, on Main Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Oh, that's not crazier. That's Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Right. So like people, if you're familiar with Bridgeport, you know. So like I used to go to UB, and I used to work at the mall. So like there's literally only like the bus goes all the way to the end of Seaside Park and goes all the way to Trumbull Mall. So on the it's a pretty bit of a ways. It's not like it's like maybe 20-minute drive or whatever.
Okay.
So, and this is important to the story because it's like if it's only 20 minutes back and forth, like why are we stopping?
Right.
So, of course, I'm on my way to work, you know, because why else would I be on the bus?
Duh.
On my way to work, and this nigga pulls over and goes into a pizza shop.
Bring your kids out, get on the bus, ride from one end of town to another, make some stops along the way.
I'm thinking, okay, you have to use the bathroom.
It's an emergency.
I get that, you know, nature calls. I get that, you know.
You can't control that.
You know, you can't control that. But this nigga came back with the pizza and ate it.
That's incredible.
While driving. Which is disgusting because you're supposed to use gloves while driving a damn bus.
Still incredible, though.
Luckily, I was on time for work still, but damn.
I'm sorry.
But yeah. But this was, 2000, almost 20 years ago.
Okay.
Almost 20 years ago. Oh, my God.
Oh,
like,
isn't that crazy
when I think
you think
of
stuff like that?
We're 2 years away. I'm 2 years away from my 20th graduation, 20th year anniversary reunion thing, right? Like, that shit is motherfucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm fully 10 years... 10. I almost have a 10-year-old.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
10 years ago, yeah. That's crazy. Especially when I was in class and the kids would be like, oh, yeah. I'd think about it and they'd be like, yeah, 10 years ago. And they were in junior high. And I was like, wow, 10 years ago, I was fucking. When they were talking. 20 years ago, I was
still
fucking.
I was fucking too.
It's been 20 years of fucking.
Yeah.
It's smoking weed.
It's smoking weed. Yes, anniversary special.
Yeah. I'm getting the ingredients for my roast I'm going to make.
Oh, fabulous. Well, this is an odd opening. I haven't even asked you how has your week been, but
oh shit. Fun. Oh, my week?
I forgot when we were recording the main show. Yeah, we are.
Oh, my week, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of Virgoing. Told you that. That's still going. It was Mandisha's birthday. Happy birthday,
yes.
Mandy.
Happy birthday, Mandy.
We went out to dinner. It was nice. It was a nice, intimate time, and I think everybody who was around us hated us for the volume, but it's okay. And then today is Antoinette's birthday. Burr, 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 burr. So we are having an Antoinette Fest tomorrow, which is going to be a good time. So I'm currently preparing for that because I'm gonna make me and Santana's nachos for her. That's what she wanted for her birthday, so that's what she's getting for her party.
Yes.
And nigga, y'all said y'all wasn't doing that today. So, stop. And so, I know they hate me because they're on my fire escape doing construction and shit. And I am that lady. I would be, the window slides up. I know it scares the shit out of them, and I pop my head out there so quick. How long is this gonna be going on? I was kind of like, scared.
All this noise.
All of this fucking in my head wrap, in my moo. I be all on that fire escape. Like, what are you gonna be doing with this? You are interrupting my work and my peace. But anyway,
I know that's right.
Yeah, it's just been a week of birthdays and working and nigga, living for the city. Well, how's your week?
Straight like 9:15. Know what I mean? Nothing too wild happened. Nothing.
Excuse me.
Nothing of note. I've noticed that because I don't go outside much, I don't have a lot of stories to tell.
Isn't that's how it be? When you go outside is when you get the stories.
I know. But then I had this idea of like, that's fucking wild because it's like how much my life was centered around work and like how, and like office and travel. In reality, it's like, that's not how it should be.
So me and Kia talked about that this week about how everybody, like how the shifts have happened for you since the pandemic. And I'm like, yeah, it's been a lot of slowing down, which has been nice. It's been lovely. It's been lovely. But you know what I was watching this week? While I was doing all my Virgoing in the house? Ted Lasso.
Oh, yes. The show that everybody says I need to watch.
I did not, I wouldn't have probably gone and put that on myself. And I didn't like, I don't watch the award show, so I don't know what everybody's getting. But my homegirl called me, and we're both doing similar work, and she was like, you need to watch this. This is going to help you. I said, okay, bet. Man, I went and started Ted Lasso. I said, oh, this is incredible, because I love British TV. It is the perfect marriage of British and American TV.
Really?
It is. And I would not have probably gone and put on anything with Jason Sudeikis. I don't have nothing against him. He just one of them goofy white boys I don't pay any mind to, And he is doing a fantastic job. This is such a good show. It's like perfectly funny, perfectly touching. It's just a good show. I'm very much enjoying it. It's hilarious, actually. It's hilarious.
I'll have to watch it when I finally get a chance.
Yeah. You're going to enjoy that.
I have a lot of shit to watch.
You be saying that, and then you'll come back and be like, I was watching old episodes of X-Files. What?
Well, I'm watching those for a reason.
I know, and I'm telling you to watch Ted Lasso for a reason, nigga.
Yes, I'll get to it. Like Buffy, I'm watching that for a reason. No, there's an actually specific reason why I'm watching it. It's for storytelling purposes. Because, Joss Whedon gave us the MCU. So, it's a great way to learn how to create a universe.
Okay.
Which is what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
But yes. And also, new TV gives me anxiety sometimes.
I feel that. I actually have that same thing, which is very weird. Yeah. I'm not calling you weird. I'm calling us weird. But I have the same thing. Like, I have that familiar, that shit where I'm like, I think I'm just going to go put on something that I know I'm going to enjoy. Yeah. And I've been trying to get out of that, especially with, with this work. So I'm like, let me make myself go get into new shows. And I've been pleased. You told me to watch Getting On. I enjoyed that. Ted Lasso, I'm thoroughly enjoying that. I'm almost done with the second season. Succession, I told you, I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it's because rich white people don't interest me, or I try to stay as far away
The
from
only
them as
way,
possible because there's a specific evil that lives within them, except for Julia
yeah,
Louis-Dreyfus. But I don't know. I have that though.
I I don't know. Yeah, new shows give me anxiety because I'm like, ooh, I don't know how this is gonna be. Then I gotta like determine how woke I'm gonna be. I have to like, how much am I gonna suspend, belief?
Right. And then I go put
You
on
know.
episodes of Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, Living Single.
Living
Like I'm on
Single.
season 3 right now.
Right. Which is so
Like
sad how many times I've watched Living Single. It's sad how many times I've watched
same. It's
Seinfeld.
same. It's Living Single, Frasier, and Golden Girls. The only 3 shows like rotation. But they're my shows and they're comforting to me.
Yes, but we
And
also can't stay in that.
no,
Like if we
no. But I'm gonna
sick,
be honest. Yeah, but there's a lot of bad TV out there too that people tell us to
but
watch.
there's a lot of
And I'm
good
like,
TV too.
there is, and if it's really that good and it's meant for us, for me and that show to interact, then the stars will align.
Fair. I even go back and watch bad shows, so that gives me more justification for making sure that I watch new shows. Only Murders in the Building, I enjoyed that as well.
That's fair.
So like I'm enjoying and discovering new TV, which is comforting for which I'm like, okay. Like, and I like when I watch a show and it makes me, and I'm watching it and I'm like, I want to watch this again. That's how I know it's a good show. That's what I've been getting a lot from the shows I've been watching. So,
That's good.
but therapist, diagnose us. Why are we hesitant this way?
Well, let's pay some bills.
Oh, yeah. Soothing music.
As every week, we want to tell you all thank you for listening. We love you for listening. Be sure to tell a friend, and tell an auntie, uncle, co-worker, other family you may or may not be hiding about us. Rate us 5 stars on whatever app you're listening to us. Leave a really great comment. We may shout it out on the show. You never know. You can also sign up for $9.99 for our Patreon, where the true mess lives. We do TV recaps, special episodes, live recaps, because let me tell you, we had a time last week.
Whoa,
honey.
nigga. Shout out to Antoinette. Yes, Patreon. She will be coming on an episode to discuss the aftermath of said program.
Because she sent us the screen cap of people who have sent her DMs.
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. So yeah, we do amazing things like that over there. $9.99. You won't regret it. Also sign up for our YouTube channel. It's free. Press subscribe and click the notification bell to know when we post videos.
Ding ding, nigga.
We do previews of our stuff on Patreon, as well as I believe Abbott Elementary recap should be out already. So enjoy on YouTube. Let's see, what else do we have going on? For anything else, look in the description box wherever you're listening and click the Linktree link, because everything that we do on the internet is right there for you. I'm thinking about bringing back the voicemail thing. Should we bring that back?
Oh yeah, that was a good time. Let's bring it back.
Okay. Well,
Next week.
maybe next time. So we'll bring it back. We'll find some purpose to
Yes.
it. But until then, let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back. You all know how I love a routine. and I found an awesome one to start my day. I started taking AG1 because they put a lot of intention into every detail. From the manufacturing process, you can literally trace every individual pack if you wanted to the NSF certification, meaning it's certified for clean ingredients and therefore certified for sports. It's been a few weeks now, and your girl is loving how I feel in the morning. So, what is it, you ask? With one scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source ingredients, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and for the humans who like to turn 25 for a decade straight, aging. All the things, something for everybody. It tastes a little sweet, but not overpowering. I drink it first thing in the morning with my smoothie, and it's been a game changer. That's just my personal hack. Everyone knows I'm a real life vampire, and I go to sleep very, very late. Well, this has been a game changer and helpful in supporting better sleep quality and recovery, as well as mental clarity and alertness. And the best thing about it is that it costs you less than $3 a day. So you're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your little nitro cold brew habit. No shade. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day, or a smoothie if you're like me. And that's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/JXD. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/JXD to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
And we're black. Today is no different. We are
I don't even know why we do this.
Pontificating on things that may not make sense to y'all, but they make sense to us. Would you like to start, Jade of all Jades?
Yeah, personal theories. I was having a conversation with a friend. I've told you this before. I was having a conversation with a friend, and he was cleaning out some old memorabilia and things from his mother and grandmother's house. And he pulls out this record. And he's like, look at this. He's like, this is Faith Evans' third single. Critically acclaimed, wonderful, whatever, Grammy Award winning. Like, nigga went into praise and worship. And I said, every middle-aged black gay man loves Faith Evans.
I don't want to drag my friend.
Well, there's no dragging. Faith Evans is wonderful. We all love Faith Evans. But
I
there
love
is a
Faith
special
Evans.
love.
I love Faith Evans. No, I'm not going to drag him specifically. When I was younger, I had this comedy bit about how like all the gays of 35 and older like Janet. So
Same
when
energy.
So when I got to that age, I was like, oh, I'm the age that I'm supposed to be liking Janet. But I realized that now Beyonce is my Janet.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's a generational thing. But,
It is.
niggas who are like 46 right now.
But there's a specific type. Okay, so when I was younger, when I used to be like, yeah, it's either you like Janet or Faith Evans. Or if you're one of those types, so you'd be like, oh, I listen to Nina Simone, and you've already been down that road. Rochelle Farrell, we've been there, okay?
I love Rochelle Farrell.
Yeah. You also like barnyard animals, too.
No. She just what animal goes?
She squawks. She squawks. She moves. She like she does things like that. like with fucking Layla Hathaway and shit. It's so weird.
There is 60% of this audience right now going, "Who the fuck is Rochelle Farrell?"
That means I've done my job.
Yes, every time. I love a joke that flies over the head. Sit this one out. You're 20.
Yeah. 30 to remember podcast.
Yo. We really are that though. We are.
Yeah.
We'd be like, remember when In the House came out? Like,
yeah. We were talking about how Kim Waynes is such an underrated actress.
oh my God, I told you from Pariah. She did the
Yeah.
role, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, act,
Yeah.
sister. Like, this is
Yeah.
incredible. All the way from Chelsea Projects.
Yeah. Like talent. But I hear what you're saying. Like there's a sect of gays who, that's like my other theory. Like when you become a gay, you either become a mummy or a meme. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, no.
'cause it's like,
Oh,
listen, gays either become real uppity or real like, don't miss the feeling that we had. Like every time.
well, are you? No, you are. Gays are not a monolith, and you're not gonna put everybody in the
Exactly,
playtail
they're
category.
on a binary day. Uppity or country? It's true. Think about all the gays you know. They're either real uppity or, they say, come on now. Like they all sound like, they got that arm. Like
They sound like
the
Sam.
arm. Yeah.
Okay.
They got potato salad making arms in their throat.
Okay, keep going. Because that was terrible. That was a terrible image that ran through my mind. It doesn't help that Mandy was blasting gay porn last night on her phone.
Oh my gosh.
It was prison porn. And I was like, oh, Mandy, man.
Did I show you? I have to show you the prison TikTok. Shout out to Frankie, I think that's you on Twitter, who told me how, what's her name? Bounty Hunter's daughter, Yolanda the Bounty Hunter's daughter. She met Harry through TikTok, on prison TikTok.
That's how they for real met?
Yeah, because I found a TikTok dating type thing on prison TikTok dating thing.
What?
Where oh yes, honey. So hold on. Wait, man. Hold on.
Oh.
So I was on, on the TikTok because what else do I do? But they do so.
That sounded so sad.
Why do what I do? Freedom ain't getting no closer. No matter how far I go, the car is stolen. No registration. Cops patrolling. And I got locked up. They won't let me out. They get me up. They won't let me out. This shit crazy.
Oh my God, we are watching prison TikTok on the next Patreon Reacts.
TikTok inmates is the at.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait.
And I know it's the same one that Harry was at because it's Ohio JPay, and that's what he had to use.
I told Kia this, but did you know that Life Jennings? Did you see what Life Jennings said recently?
Yes, about how he was about to be a victim.
No. Jeffrey Dahmer was like, "Come here, boy, sing me the song."
See me pretty brown eyes.
And everybody's like, "Why the fuck would you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Why would you say you sang for Jeffrey Dahmer?"
Yeah, that's why I love TikTok, because every time I'm like, why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Like, stop telling people your business.
Ooh,
Shit
shit.
that we shouldn't know.
There's just some shit we're not supposed to know, and you niggas do not know when to shut your goddamn mouths.
Never.
Life fucking Jennings.
Oh my gosh.
What was
So
his
my
song? Ain't it
theory-
funny? What was it called?
Oh, his song?
Yeah.
All I could think of is the one he has with Fantasia. And it's like, every time I touch your back.
That sounds like a throat fest if I ever heard of
It
one.
twas.
Happy home. Would you wanna know? What if I confessed it? And though she didn't mean nothing since it happened, you're thinking about leaving. What if I suppressed it?
Okay, what's one of your personal theories?
Oh, that people who don't take off their shoes in their house are rich.
Filthy.
Well,
If rich
yeah,
means
because
filthy.
my thing is this: like, you have the propensity to hire some. Well, I'm assuming their house is clean already. You know what I mean? Like, when you go on TV, they're in the house with their shoes, and the house is clean. And there's people who like that. I have grown up with people who you don't have to take off your shoes and things are clean or whatever, but they also had cleaning people. So, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, if you have to take off your shoes, like if you can just walk in on the carpet with your shoes on, you have a large.
That's just nasty.
Yeah, I mean later I just don't believe in it, but in my head at the time, I don't necessarily believe it now, kind of, but like I just. Kind of. I mean, I take out. We have house slippers. You know, shit
Right.
you wear in the house, but not that you wear outside. But
Right.
like, you know, I feel like that's kind of a sign of that's a status symbol, right? Like,
Oh. Because
It
I don't
can
care
be.
how rich I get. You niggas is taking your shoes off before you come in my house.
yeah, like I get that.
Filth don't discriminate. Like germs and shit from outside does not discriminate against you if you got money.
No, I agree. But then rich people don't have like rich people have a different school of thought they abide by, and I don't know at what like price point
Right,
do they just
yeah.
forget all like
Because they're like, oh, I walked
common
straight from the
sense.
car into the restaurant. And I'm like, and you walked between the car and the restaurant where somebody definitely spit at some point. Somebody might have taken a shit and it got washed away in the rain.
especially in Los Angeles.
Exactly. So I'm like, and I'm not being, hateful. I'm being realistic. You walking around in your house with your shoes is filth. Think about how
That's
many
where
niggas
you're-
hawk a loogie down the motherfucking sidewalk. Yuck.
Gross. But when I was a kid, I thought like, oh, y'all niggas is rich. Work.
British Knights are the original Uptowns.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
So, kids, back in the old country, we used to have these shoes called British Knights.
Get off on the right foot. Get off and BK. Get off and BK. Wherever you go, whatever you do.
Sometimes they were called BK Knights. They,
Yeah.
they looked very similar to Reebok. If you're aware of that, look in your history books. But it was a time. They looked very, very similar to Uptowns or Air Forces, depending upon where in the country you are. And now that you mention it, I tend to agree.
Yes, original Uptowns. My mother kicked me out of the house. It was about 40 degrees, and I had on a pair of boxers, a t-shirt with no bra, and she threw my British Knights at me like it was the fucking hammer throw, and said, "Get out of my, get out of my house." Terrible.
Yeah, that's bad.
I'm sure I deserved it.
My other theory is that so people who work for tech companies drink the Kool-Aid way too early and get brainwashed. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So for most people tend to believe that apps are listening to our conversations. Like they listen to our actions, they follow our movements, and that's how we get certain targeted ads. Now, there was a moment where the internet believed this white man who told us that nobody's listening to you. It's just the what you tend to search and yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
I don't believe that. I firmly believe that they listen, and here's why. Though, Chris Rogers and I did a test of like just seeing random words that would show up.
Okay.
Right? So we would randomly just open the YouTube app and just randomly talk about Jessica Alba just to see if she shows up, because who the fuck is searching Jessica Alba? You know what I mean? So,
Honest.
you know, but then I've been also talking about crumble cookies, not on like, and crumble because remember I told you I feel like they're a shell for
Yes.
COS.
Yes, you did say that. You think it's a front.
I have not talked about COS directly in a very, very long time. But guess what has shown up on all of my Instagram ads, Facebook ads,
What?
the little YouTube thing on the side? All church of, you know, that. So I know they listen.
Zeno has infiltrated your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know they listen.
Wow. Is Jessica
And
Alba
crumble
part
and
of the
crumble
COS?
cookies are gross. I feel like
you have a
It's a
vendetta
shell.
against crumble
it is
cookies.
a shell company. Them and WeWork. I'm telling you, it don't make sense.
WeWork
Wait
is a
until again, like I said, Crumble and WeWork are the equivalent to a candy store in New York City.
Yes, exactly. They definitely running numbers out the back.
Yeah.
Or
Like that candy store on
nope,
Clinton Avenue.
Because I'm not going to tell y'all which braid shops. all this goddamn dry snitching.
You know what? You're right.
That's why I want them to go after the Caucasians. No, the WeWork. That is where they're running the numbers out the back. You know what I'm saying? You got to go over to the Jack's wife's Frida. That's where they're running numbers out the goddamn back.
And today I wanted to give you a little recap of my brunch trip to New York. We ended up at Jack's Wife Frida in the West Village. I've seen this place all over Instagram, so I wanted to see what the hype was. And overall, it was really great, but it wasn't anything mind-blowing culinary-wise.
What's another personal theory I have? Gentle parenting stops at 15.
You see, what did I tell you yesterday about parenting styles and how I'm like,
Right. You know, I get it. We don't beat our kids no more.
nah. I
Or
didn't
beat
say
our
all
kids.
that.
I never did. But, you know, no more from like how we were raised and shit like that. And, you know, we finding new ways and methods to communicate and all of that. But let me tell you something. You get 15 and get that 15-year-old. 15-year-olds got the strength of a crackhead. And they've got the sense.
Of one, too.
Oh, exactly. And so, at that point, nigga, gentle's out the window. We can go. What you want to do? No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna fight
Hit him with the RKO before they go to prom.
Hit him with the flex. No, I'm not.
Don't you forget.
I'm not gonna punch Noah. I'm not gonna punch her. Now, if she punches me first.
I'm not gonna hit her, but I'm gonna shake her.
That's how I got arrested when my grandmother had foster kids.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was this little one named Diamond. I was a legal adult. I was 18. Diamond was 13. So my grandma.
I'm gonna be honest. Before you finish, I'm gonna assume because her name is Diamond that she was a hellion. So,
Oh baby. Oh,
a theory.
oh nigga. Yo, she was a piece of work. So you know, my grandma kept telling me, Jade, you're legal. You're an adult now. I'm like, all right, bet.
Gotta be careful.
Diamond hit my grandparents one too many times, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about jail, bitch. We can go. And it was fair fucking game because she was 13 and had the strength of a nigga who can ride a bicycle with no wheels. So, this is what I'm saying to you. You know, it was me and Diamond, and I'll leave it there. It's not to incriminate myself any further, even though I've already served that time. But
If
teenagers,
your name is Diamond, If your current name is Diamond or Diamante,
oh my God. So
you are listen. They're cut from a particular cloth. Like every diamond I know and every diamante I know are all cut from the same bird ass fabric.
Yeah.
Both the women folk and the gay folk.
Whoa, here comes the soundtrack of the season. The soundtrack of the Diamante. Because them bitches can fight. And you just, even when you don't want to, you have to.
Like razor blade under the tongue behavior.
Exactly. And that's exactly the type of brouhaha that it was. Oh, it got wild up in my grandma's house.
Shit was a brewing.
Oh, baby.
The storm was a coming.
Okay, there was a romp in the crib. But I don't like to show that side of myself, so. Let's take a break.
Yeah, we'll talk about more, teen abuse when we get back.
On the next Ricky Lake. Hit it, Claude.
Yes.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
There are some people who claim it's a fact that flying saucers have landed here. They point to things like the American Saturn V rocket, which if it's launched successfully at 9 o'clock tonight.
And we're back, talking about shit that we believe that may not make sense to anybody else.
Or it does.
Yeah, kind of.
Like that time I told Tristan that Pennsylvania plates, anybody who drives a Pennsylvania plate in Brooklyn, you got to stay out the way. It's a problem.
I mean, that's fair.
And he was like, what? And then I told you, he came back a couple weeks later and was like, yo, that theory you have on Pennsylvania plates. I was like, 2 + 2 is 4, isn't it, nigga? Yes, it is. I told you. Gotta watch out for them niggas.
Like, I have, one of my theories is, I don't know if it's scientifically proven. I'm sure it is. But weather does affect mood and how it impacts society. Because as a Californian, born and raised, I gotta be honest, Negroes from California are weird. Like we are of a different cloth. Why? Because it doesn't rain.
You think that's what
There,
it is? Because it doesn't
there's no
wash
weather
away.
to oppress us. There's no weather to oppress us. Yeah, sure. There's economic and racial oppression, but sure, I'm not saying that we're not oppressed otherwise environmentally in California, but I'm just saying there's a different. Like, if you look at the faces of the people, like I've always said, people on the East Coast have a hardened face because it's cold all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here it's not. It's like we lucky if we catch a drop, and regardless of part of California you're in. But everything is a vibe. Everything is everybody's Lynn from Girlfriends here.
Okay. No, that makes.
I say this as
Doesn't
somebody.
it doesn't rain in San Francisco?
Yeah, it gets cold, but but we in a drought. You know what I mean? It's not like the weather is not comparable to other U.S. cities that invoke a different type of person.
Okay.
You can find, they may or may not be whack, but you can find the same type of nigga in New York as well as Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Boston. But you can't find a Cali one over there, vice versa.
Okay, I see where I am slightly picking up what you're putting down.
Okay. I don't know if that's,
No,
there's-
I understand, especially with this analogy of, because you're right, you don't find California. Is a little different.
You don't find black California sensibilities everywhere, and that's for a reason. Nobody would understand.
You're right.
And I say this is a California, we're our own type of black people. Because black people are not on a monolith. I don't subscribe to that because we are. But
we come in 4 categories.
Okay. We are the motherfucking world, nigga.
We are the world. We are the
there's
children.
Only 4. Yeah, there are 4 archetypes of nigga. And so other than that, Californians don't necessarily, we out there. It's true. Have you not heard a Mac Dre album? Or Larry June?
Yes, I have heard. Yes, I've listened to a lot of Larry June over the years.
I know you wanna get to know me. And I like your style. We should talk for a while. You the baddest around. Yeah.
We're different people.
It's true, because it's it's only a certain type of nigga that can rap about Whole Foods or put healthy and organic on their merch.
Yeah, that will never happen to Jadakiss, even though he drinks green juice now.
It's true.
But no,
it's true. Larry June was telling bitches to pass him the sparkling water. They go into Whole Foods to get a rotisserie chicken.
You see?
It's true.
Nobody's doing that if they're rapping from the Bronx.
Native Washington State black people was never slaves. No, I'm just playing. I was I do be wondering, I'm where'd y'all come from?
Yo, because I read The Great Migration, and they only she talked about, niggas was moving from the South to Chicago and all that.
Chicago, Oakland. Don't know where did those niggas come from? We don't know.
Because the most famous nigga of all is Jackie from Basketball Wives. She is from Seattle.
Jackie from Basketball
Jackie Christie. Mm-hmm. And it's how did black people? I mean, we everywhere. Black is all over the world. It's a phenomenon. But it's how?
I wonder. I do wonder.
And I wonder
if you know what means.
This is totally off topic, but I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the episode.
I'm fine with that.
have you been catching up on LA? Have you heard of what's going on in LA politics?
Okay, so I read something briefly. You know, my New York Times be popping up on my phone, and I read something briefly about some leaked audio and how Biden is it wants to call for their resignation. But then I read somewhere else that what I haven't listened to the leaked audio yet, but I was assuming it was some racist shit, but apparently it was supposed to be some honest shit. I don't know. Hit me.
Nah.
I don't. Yeah, no. Clarify, because I don't fucking know.
I'll give you the news, and then I'll give you how you should interpret. Okay, so the LA has some tumultuous city council shit.
Okay.
And the president of LA City Council, her district is like San Fernando Valley, everywhere. Mm-hmm. Her and 3 other Latino colleagues were sitting around talking after a meeting about what to do about redrawing the districts for gerrymandering and revoting. Well, the president, Nuri, she, was like, we can't let Mike Bonin, which is another council person, win because of X, Y, and Z. And then they started talking about his kid.
Oh.
Now, Mike Bonin is a white gay man who is married and adopted a little black boy.
Ooh.
So it got a little racist. She called the little boy a little monkey.
She called him what?
And a little monkey in Spanish.
Oh no!
Like she thought she was around her peoples. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was having a conversation that most people would tend to have in the privacy of their own household, because, believe it or not, people are racist at home. Like, I don't watch, Ali Wong said the best part about dating somebody your race is the fact that at the end of the day, you can go home and be racist together. And everybody does it. I don't, white people don't say it too loud, but we get it,
Oh, we definitely talk shit about y'all, but we do that. I love out loud.
But it's true. People share their personal prejudices and shit at home. But the problem was the fact that you're doing this in a public office, regardless if it's, off the record or on the record or not.
Yeah.
Or off the record or not. That's not okay. Then she went on the fact that they're raising the child like a white child. Well, and it's like, now.
No, not this episode.
Yeah. On Patreon, I'll tell you how I truly feel, but
no, all that other shit is fucked up. But
you can't say that, and it also lends this to an idea of like you're basing things off of racial like pretenses and things. So we have to make sure that Latinos don't lose or Latinos don't lose and the stuff and yada yada yada. I'm like, there is a point to ensure that there is a minority stakehold, or a stakehold in the city where minorities are represented, especially in LA, where the makeup is mainly Mexican anyway, right? Or Latino, I should say.
Right.
But you can't say that. You're supposed to represent everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain shit you just can't say.
And you can't say that about a white gay man and his Negro baby.
Well, listen. No, Patreon.
But it was also kind of like out of nowhere, like, girl, what? It was like unprovoked.
Okay,
it's not like he went and attacked her, you know.
Yeah,
it was her and her dicey, homies man. Talking shit. In racial court and racial chambers showing feet.
Well, that's what happens. And you see, the thing about it too is you got to stop assuming that all your skinfolk is your kinfolk in every single setting. I mean, what she was saying was fucked up, and it should have been
say fucked up shit at home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I know,
and not even in front of your kids, because them niggas ain't loyal.
No. School teaches them how to snitch, and that's another theory I have too.
Oh, yes, it does. Noah's teacher told me a couple years ago. She was like, "Oh, Noah," I said, "I already know, girl, and I just need you to let me hold this Men in Black pin up to your face real quick. Like, forget everything you've ever heard." What? What's wrong with y'all niggas?
Exactly. Can't move quiet one bit.
Can't. Because them niggas are loud, okay? They stomp everywhere, they yell, and they're busybodies, fucking kids.
Mm-hmm. Can't help it. Can't help it.
Can't.
But yeah, but yeah, they under a lot of fire for, being, racist, And just because we all brown don't mean we all in this together.
Oh no. Oh, that's been proven time and time again. It'd be like a rat race, and it's like, girl, this is not even necessary. It'd be Tanya Harding your fucking knees, and you know what I'm saying? You're like, bitch.
Whoa, bitch.
Like, you do realize if we both work here that you're gonna be all right, right? As long as you do your job and you do a good job, there's no reason for you to be fucking busting my kneecaps out or throwing me under the bus. But for whatever reason, you got to have this bitch with a clipboard ass attitude. You feel like you got to tell me something. You got to make sure you show me. Girl, don't get me. This is not a conversation appropriate for the masses. Because it done been me and a bitch named Nydia a couple times. Yes, bitch, I'm still talking about you from Hennessy. I'm talking about your bitch ass. I'll still knock your bitch ass out. And I mean that shit. Because there's no it be that. It's always like, I'm going to build a case against Keisha. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you doing right now with these diaspora wars, bitch? What are you doing?
Because they've always been taught there can only be one.
There can only be one. Oh, dangerous ass mentality. Don't get me going.
Gosh. Hate it.
Don't get me going. On a bitch with a clipboard. I got a personal vendetta against them hoes.
Same. Well, it seems like an appropriate time to end the episode.
I think so. We always end on a lovely note.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all, go on. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Check out our Patreon for the video version of this and more, where we say things that we couldn't say. And we'll see you all next time. We're spooky season, so something spooky might show up.
Hey!
Until next time, bye.